So the Leadership Consortium owes its name and its origin from the fact that a consortium is in essence a grouping and a collective of ideas and thoughts. And it's embedded in the fact that leadership per se is not normally in the hands of one person. It should be a collective, it should involve different perspectives, it should involve a broad spectrum of what is possible from the leadership perspective. The Zenger-Folkman family of colleagues around the world represent a broad group of people who are playing in the leadership space. And our Australian colleagues, Terry Reynolds and Glenn Price, have done a magnificent job in putting together a set of podcasts that address the questions and the recipes within the Zenger-Folkman methodology. These podcasts represent step-by-step, short, bite-sized, normally about 3 to 4 minutes, ideas, concepts, and tips and tricks as to how we can build our extraordinary leadership. So our invitation is to enjoy these podcasts, squeeze as much value as you can out of them, and make it part of building your leadership stepway to extraordinary. The 11th podcast in our series addresses the challenge of how to find one's ideal leadership sweet spot. Most South African leaders have grown up to believe that we can do anything. Our research into South African leaders shows that the competency of taking initiative is ranked highest in our skill set as South African leaders. We also furthermore have built into our culture an unbelievable hardiness that says we can always make things happen, we can always make a plan. However, international experience has shown that true leadership has to be built around competency, passion, and an ability to deliver results. When one has a combination and intersection between competency, passion, and the relevant business opportunity, this is where we tend to find our leadership sweet spot, where we can optimize and play to our best.
Welcome to the Leadership Digital podcast series with Glenn Price and Terry Reynolds. A psychologist once observed that the secret to life is discovering what instrument you are and then learning to play it. Woodwinds are no better than brass, nor are cellos superior to kettle drums. Each does something extremely well, and the musical score requires each unique contribution. As individuals, we all have the competencies and abilities that come with us more easily than others. We are drawn to some tasks and resist others. It is not difficult to see that in any group of leaders, there are marked individual differences. One key to extraordinary leadership is finding the intersection of what you do well, what you love doing, and what the organization values. One of our colleagues, Kurt Sandholz, wanted to learn what causes people to have a career best experience, a time where they felt that they were making a significant contribution and were very successful. After asking thousands of people what is the best job you've ever had, he found that career bests have 3 common characteristics. Number 1, career bests tap into a person's talents or competencies. When people are performing their best, they are almost always using the skills, knowledge, or experience that sets them apart from others. 2, a career best experience builds on what people are passionate about. Passions are things we love to do, regardless of how well we do them. For example, some love to sing in the shower, despite knowing that they don't do it well. Number 3, career bests inevitably add value to the organization. When people describe their ultimate career experiences, they don't say, "I was very competent and loved doing this job, but no one in the organization noticed." When you find the area of intersection of your competencies, your passion, and your organization needs, you will find that you feel more engaged and motivated, and that work is just more fun. In addition, you'll be adding much more value than your colleagues, and your performance ratings will reflect that. So, how can you find your personal leadership sweet spot? Determine your strengths and passions. Ask yourself these questions. What do I do extremely well? When people talk about my abilities, what do they mention first? What activities energize me and bring me a great deal of personal satisfaction? Next, determine what your organization truly values. Just as personalities are unique, so too are organizations. Look for what your organization needs. If it doesn't fit with what you enjoy and do well, look for an organization that does need what you offer. And lastly, find the area of intersection. Extraordinary leaders find the spot where their competencies and passion overlap with an organizational need. This creates an opportunity for them to be and do their very best. Remember, Abraham Maslow once said, "We are not in a position in which we have nothing to work with. We already have capacities, talents, direction, missions, and callings."
It's a pleasure to be able to share these thoughts and ideas with you and hopefully be part of allowing you to adopt a journey where extraordinary leadership is an opportunity and a growth area for you and your teams.